Sponsored by the Carpal RX. Carpal tunnel syndrome is a painful condition of the hand and fingers. The vast majority of people try to treat carpal tunnel syndrome without surgery, and if done properly, it can be successful and won't cost you a lot of money. But what causes carpal tunnel syndrome? Carpal tunnel syndrome is actually a disease that begins deep inside the wrist in an area known as the carpal tunnel. Inside the carpal tunnel, your flexor tendons, here shown in white, are very close to the median nerve, here shown in yellow. The tendons are surrounded by a fluid-filled sheath, here shown in blue. Under certain conditions, like rapid hand movement, that sheath begins to swell and it pushes against the median nerve. And that causes all of the symptoms of carpal tunnel syndrome. Therefore, for any remedy to be effective and lasting, it must solve the problem of swelling inside your carpal tunnel, and not just mask the pain it causes. Non-surgical treatment of carpal tunnel syndrome can be very inexpensive if done properly, but very expensive if done incorrectly. A recent survey showed that 96% of people treat their carpal tunnel syndrome non-surgically. 84% own more than 7 hand splints, 69% use at least 2 pain medications, 91% purchased other hand pain products in the last 3 years, and 42% saw a doctor or therapist between 4 and 6 times in the last 3 years. That means the total annual direct cost to each hand pain sufferer is $494. Occasional expenditures can really mount up, which include doctor visits, visits to various therapists, all of the prescription and non-prescription medicines you might use over the course of a year, other products that are designed to relieve you of your money instead of your hand pain, and of course the many splints and braces you have purchased just to realize that one is no better than the other in relieving your hand pain. So what has all this money bought you? Probably not relief from carpal tunnel syndrome. And that conclusion is what drives most people to consider carpal tunnel surgery. But that's not the answer either, because studies show that 92% of people do not need carpal tunnel surgery to begin with. And when they do have surgery, 52% of patients are not satisfied with their results, whereas the overwhelming majority of people who use non-surgical therapies are quite satisfied with their results. This is extremely important, and you should talk to your doctor about this, because the American Association of Orthopedic Surgeons and the National Institutes of Health recommend that all patients should try all non-surgical options before considering surgery. You will discover that there is only one treatment that's guaranteed to work against carpal tunnel syndrome because it destroys the adhesions and drains fluid that causes the pressure and fluid buildup. And that treatment is deep tissue massage therapy. Deep tissue massage of the wrist and forearm is nearly 100% effective in treating carpal tunnel syndrome, but only if performed daily and for 2 to 4 weeks. Anything less is ineffective. But this isn't your everyday massage. It requires specific motions over the forearm to drain the fluid inside the carpal tunnel and to break adhesions over the tendons that cause inflammation. But you don't have to visit a therapist every day to get this treatment because the Carpal RX will do it for you. The Carpal RX automatically produces deep tissue massage, which acts on the tendons, causing them to lose their inflammation. Surgery doesn't address this inflammation, which is why it fails so often, and why the Carpal RX is so successful. It comes with a true 100% guarantee because it targets inflammation. The Carpal RX always had and always will have a 60-day risk-free trial, which means if you're not satisfied for any reason whatsoever, you get a full unconditional refund of all of your money, including return shipping costs. If you suffer from carpal tunnel syndrome or wrist tendonitis, you have nothing to lose by trying this remarkable product. Remember, it's the only product backed with a 100% guarantee to permanently and easily get rid of carpal tunnel syndrome, wrist tendonitis, or repetitive strain injury. Learn more at carpalrx.com.